toy pole.
Man, I laughed so hard at that. And I said, I can't wait for that gorilla to beat your ass. Let's go ahead, man. We talked about something very heavy earlier. Let's get into the light stuff right now. Until we find out Bugs Bunny's been raping people. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. Because not only has he entertained us for years, but he is back with the new series along with the rest of the Looney Tunes gang out there, Martin. And a lot of people said, man, you know, I don't mind Looney Tunes, man, but just give it up. Stop. Those days are gone. Mm-hmm. You know, y'all done made them basketball players. Y'all done made them rappers. You made them superheroes. It's like, it's done. We got the HBO. You know what? Just dig in the crate, open the vault, put that old shit up there, and stop trying. I don't need no new bunny out here, man. Is that the case though? Because they said, listen, we ain't trying to do that, man. We going vintage tunes up here, man. Vintage Looney Tunes. This is new, but what is new is old again. We've studied.
Oh, okay. They cracked the formula.
They studied. They took notes. They watched the old cartoons for years, man, and finally said, we got it. We got it. We think not only the kids are laughing at anything, but all those Looney Tunes purists out there, those are the ones you really got to satisfy.
Okay.
Them kids. It's people like you, grown-ass man like you and me, Martin, and Christian over here. They're the ones that they really have to answer to. Let's go ahead and see. Did they please us, Mr. Thomas? The animation, you know, the kids are like anything. We're the ones trying to keep it pure.
Yeah, the kids just want colors.
Exactly. Let them have LSD or something. We want the pure shit over here. Let's go ahead and see if they've gone back to pure tune. We'll watch this, and we will be right back after this little glimpse of Looney Tunes 2020.
I claim this in the name of Mars.
Oh, hell, they doing remixes and shit, and, you know, they putting beats in there. And,
I don't know about this, man.
I don't know about it, man. Y'all trying to be a little bit too dope. Too fresh.
I just love these new streaming channels. That's it.
You know, look.
I've been waiting for him to get fed up.
I know, I'm tired of your shit.
Yeah.
Been waiting
60 years waiting for that.
Been waiting to beat that duck's ass for years. First of all, they're trying to go back to some of the, as we said, trying to go back to some of the vintage classic cartoons and designs back in the day, including Bugs Bunny. Now, I don't, it's hard for me to get over this, man. Those new gloves.
Because they're yellow?
Yeah, it looks like he's about to always give somebody a prostate exam or something.
It does have that look.
He looks like he's about to stick his fingers right up somebody's ass.
Well, that's his Corona gloves.
No, those are ass digging gloves right there. It's just something perverted looking about it when he has those on, man. I don't know what it is.
I do wonder why they made them yellow instead of white.
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know why. That looks weird to me. I mean, I can't say. I really can't say.
You know what it is? When they're white, they look like they could possibly, like your brain is not focusing on them. It looks like they're just part of his fur.
That could.
But at yellow, they're definitely gloves.
Maybe they thought those were White House Negro gloves or something. looking too much like a slave and shit. You know, I don't know. The yellow throws me off. With this, one thing I can say is they're trying to do a lot. Let me pull this up right here. They're trying to do a lot, and some of it they succeed at, and some of it, you know, I'm wondering, do they really get it? For one, they do. Let me see right here. They do kind of keep the same presentation and the same format. You know, roughly 10 minutes long.
Okay.
You know,
the original cartoons were 6 minutes.
Yeah, some of these are like. Well, I guess these are like about, because each episode goes around like. When I say episodes, so you get an episode and you get two cartoons that are about like 5 minutes long. Okay. And you get something like a real funny little quickie in between.
Okay.
So they're keeping to the original format. 5-6 minutes long, and then you get that classic intro.
Yeah.
With each one, the Looney Tunes logo, along with the title that has some kind of pun on it or something. This is it's the classic feel of these cartoons with a slightly modernized feel of the animation that we have today. I mean, you can look at some of the designs and say, all right, this is the old design of Bugs Bunny, old classic look of Bugs Bunny. But then you look at things like Elmer Fudd right there, and that has sort of a Ren and Stimpy look to it, But it's with, I tell you, even though looking at something like this, it's with the characters that they really are going straight up vintage with this. If you notice, how many? Now, are these the ones that you watched?
No.
Okay,
I watched one of the Elmer Fudd ones, and that was the first thing that I was going to say was that I don't like that makeup. That doesn't look like Elmer Fudd to me. And it's the only one that I feel that way about because Bugs looks a little bit different from the Looney Tunes that I used to see back in the day. But he's the one who genuinely looks like a different character to me, even if he's slightly recognizable.
Elmer Fudd though has gone through a whole lot of different versions.
Yeah, because originally he was really, really fat.
I'll dig and dig and dig and dig. I'll never get enough.
Had that ass though.
That actually makes the character better, I think. I like a portly Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thick, as people say.
I twamp the prairies and the plains. I trudge each weary mile. I'll twamp and trudge and trudge and twamp until I make my...
God damn.
This poor man.
He's got a speech impediment.
Did they ever explain, is he like a post-stroke Elmer Fudd? What's up with the speech impediment?
He's got a speech impediment. He's got a weight problem. Man, it just has it rough. I got diabetes.
Lost hair.
Yeah, so you like this version better? I definitely like him though with the pink nose or the smaller nose, the big, like the water head.
I think the voice makes more sense coming out of this guy. But yeah, definitely the hunter.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me.
He's about to pass out, boy. You better get out there, son, with your big ass.
He's going to go into a diabetic coma any second now.
But, what they're doing with this is that they are going to the zaniest period, which was the 1940s, man. This is Looney Tunes where they're just a little crazier versions of the ones that we have today. The characters are a little...
they always seemed like a little bit insane, those versions of them.
Yeah, they were crazy. Yeah, and that's what they're doing here with these characters, man. Because they changed these characters so much throughout the years with their designs and their characteristics and their personalities.
Yeah.
There was a period, because everybody knows Bugs Bunny, he's a star today. You don't f with Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny f with you.
Right.
But there was a time where Bugs Bunny did not always get the upper hand.
What am I doing?
He was, he ain't cool like he is today.
Oh, that one with him and those gremlins.
And those gremlins?
It used to bother me that they got the upper hand on him over and over in that cartoon.
If they ever bring back these gremlins, Bugs Bunny's gonna lose his goddamn mind, man. There was a time where Bugs Bunny, he would try to be cool, but when them gremlins came in,
yeah, they his world.
They drove him insane.
Do you think that it ain't Vandalville Kid?
Make him think he's seeing shit.
Well, shit. You remember when Bugs Bunny first came on the scene, he didn't have this felt look. He had huge buck teeth, and he always went around going,
yeah.
And you're like, what the hell? Get away from me.
No, he looked crazy. And in the 40s, when those gremlins came on, they used to beat the shit. And it wasn't like they drove him crazy. They beat the shit out of him. Bugs Bunny has it in his contract today. He says, you know what? Nobody drops an anvil on me no more.
No more. Yeah.
It's almost like that cartoon. He said, you know what? How much money am I making now for the studio? This shit will not happen ever again. I drop anvils on nobody drops anvils on me. You know, but the thing is, man, this was the era of director Bob Clampett.
Yeah.
There is a handsome man right there, man. He was coming from off the period. Now, this the 40s. The 40s was the period of Bob Clampett. He was coming from another period with y'all probably heard this guy, Tex Avery. Tex Avery, that's the one. That's the one where the Looney Tunes characters, all of them were on cocaine.
Right.
All of them just got into business. All of them were partying hard.
Oh shit!
And they brought it to the set.
They were like Robin Williams when he was first starting out. They were all coked out of their heads, man.
Listen, Doc. Now don't spread this around. Potentially, I am a rabbit.
He used to love to do that shit, yelling at people's ear.
Yeah,
It would make me angry.
you know, I used to love that too, man. See, this is what I'm talking about, Christian. You can see this Elmer Fudd right here. They are kind of, in a way, doing a throwback to the Elmer Fudd from that period. If you look at the design that he has now with the
red nose,
with the big, you know, that let me see here. That pickled nose that alcoholics have and shit. So they are going back to that period, man. And that period between Tex Avery, Bob Clampett's period, his period from coming off of Tex Avery, going up into people like Chuck Jones and whatnot, he was bridging the gap between that really crazy period and then the period that we know today, the more modernized version of Bugs Bunny that we see today. Those changes are most notable between the characters that we see today and going back to what we had then. Those changes are most notable with the main characters, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Because the Daffy Duck that we see today, bitter as
yeah, it's like that original Daffy Duck was just again insane and hopped all around and had ADD.
Oh yeah,
and it's like they held him down and gave him a lobotomy. So he calmed down, he started talking, but he was constantly frustrated and bitter.
He was bitter. Like at one time, he must have been making more money than Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny just came in and upstaged his ass, and he
never got over it.
He has been pissed ever since. Brought it to the work, man. Like what you see, the Daffy Duck that you see on camera is probably the Daffy Duck behind the camera, just pissed.
Shoot him now! Shoot him now! He doesn't have to shoot you now.
No, he couldn't take that shit anymore being the butt of Bugs Bunny's jokes. So today, they're taking it back to the Daffy Duck from that Bob Clampett era where he was, again, where all those characters were crazy and coked up. A lot of cocaine.
Yeah, he just kind of stopped doing that.
Yeah, he got pissed off and just refused to just be wacky anymore. I think he wanted to be a dramatic actor at one point. Trying to bring some pathos to his work. Right. He might have he might be the butt of a joke here and there, but definitely way wackier than the pissed off Daffy Duck that we see today.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, man. That insanity never went away. He's always crazy. Off his meds, probably.
That's what it is. They got him on lithium.
Yeah.
And now he's off.
That's why he's so pissed off, because he's on that medication. But when you take him off that shit, he's losing his goddamn mind. Somebody said in the chat that he's off that shit.
And he's clearly bipolar.
Yeah.
Since we got like our own generation of cartoons, I had like lost my love for them long ago. It's not like the Muppets where like to this day I'm a 30-year-old man. I'll ride or die. I'll stab someone for Kermit. No lie. But with these, I had always felt differently. And then watching this, I watched 3 episodes today, and it got me, man. Like it made me really nostalgic for something that I never realized that I cared about as much. I was not ready for how much I enjoyed this because it is legitimately funny. I don't know how many episodes you saw, but I really enjoyed it.
I watched 5 episodes, so I guess I watched like about 20 episodes today because it's 10 episodes. They're going to eventually be 80 cartoons, 80 shorts by the time it's all done.
Okay.
But with this, man, look, as you can see from this clip that I showed you with the gum, it's probably a little more absurdist than what they were back in the day, and it has, that's because it's taken on some of the more absurdist feels of cartoons today. Okay, which is cool and also something that throws me off with this. I'm not saying that it's what they're doing. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's saying, "Oh, they've done something modern here. I don't like it." No, it's not that. I'll tell you what it is. Some of the shorts, not all of them. Everything is way more frantic and fast paced and loud.
I was hoping you just said the things I don't want to hear.
Yeah. They're missing some of the more. One of the things that I'm gonna nerd out with you on animation right now. One of the things that Looney Tunes, in their at their best, is known for, is their subtle timing with things. I
know that was the big thing that was lost with those old cartoons, because no matter how many times they bring them back, they're never able to capture that.
They're wacky and they're also frantic and loud, but it's not one loud frantic thing after another. Their timing is great because they knew how to have this moment of calm being ramped up to a joke. Yeah. And some of these do that, man. But for a lot of times, I mean, because if you even at again, going back to that the cartoon with the gremlin, if you notice, there were moments that they would sit down and have some banter or conversation, so they could lead up to the loud stuff a little bit later. And a lot of these are moving so fast that they don't have that that legendary Looney Tunes timing.
What's all the hubbub? Bombs don't go off unless you hit them just right.
This is something where the music is calmer and they are ramping up to the antics that we get into later. Right. And sometimes even those quiet jokes work great, man. Yeah. To lead up to like a very short loud punchline. But yeah, that's not, a lot of these don't have that here, man. It's definitely there for a generation that loves things. The short attention span generation that loves for things to move quicker.
Well, that's the thing. When you watch cartoons now, that's how they all are. And I mean, across the board, even something you like, it's still a lot of rapid fire, always bright, always loud. Never it's rare you get something that's willing to calm it down for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's to modernize it again. That's just something that I guess they felt like they had to do, because what it feels like is a combination of some of the best notes from that classic era, the 40s era of these characters, combined with the pacing of a Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network show. Yeah. Not necessarily bad, and younger kids will like that, but for those who are going in and looking for the things that really made those jokes genius in Looney Tunes, it's not always there.
Right. It's not like I'm going to get upset with it for not doing that, because I understand. I don't think I'm really the target demographic here.
Yeah, but
but it would be nice if it had, like that subtle timing, because that was what I really ultimately loved about those old cartoons. It's what kept me coming back to them and rewatching them all the time.
And this is one of the newer ones here, but that's the thing, man. It's definitely aiming for a younger generation to discover these, and hopefully have some things in there for older generations that love Looney Tunes to like see a little bit in there to hang with it. Sure. It's definitely more family oriented too. Even though they did something in one cartoon, I was like, God damn, man, are you sure that wasn't a slip up? Are you sure that wasn't something that you put in there and you thought that you were gonna get flagged on and it got through?
Oh, okay.
I heard, man, I heard the F word in something. I guarantee they were getting as close to the F word as they could, man. It was almost like they were trying to f with the censors, and the censors missed it. It was like when it got to that part, somebody across the room say, "Hey, what do you want for lunch?" "Oh, I'll have," and they weren't looking at the screen. And it got past them. Okay. But I tell you, man, when it does hit on those moments where they capture that magic of those old cartoons, it works. Okay. Like there's parts in here where you say, damn, that's Bugs Bunny, man. That is a pure Bugs Bunny moment right there.
Get set. No, you dang clear, I wasn't ready. Wait until I say go. God damn it, wait until I say go.
Did he say God damn it?
No, he said dag nabbit. Okay. But when I play this for you later, you gonna hear something. Like, look, at this point, I thought I heard Maybe he did say, God damn. Maybe so after all these years, he's so fed up. God damn it, I don't care about these goddamn kids. F you. I'll kill you, man.
Till I say, God damn it, wait until
Maybe he did say,
Yeah, you heard that?
okay.
This is not your grandfather's Looney Tunes. That's what we're finding out.
He's so tired. He said, God damn it. God damn it. Or else he wanted to say, dag damn it, but he's so mad he slipped.
God damn it, wait until I say go.
I'm going to rape you. Dang, he got some titties.
But look, Bugs is not impressed. That's my favorite part.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Bugs ain't never impressed.
Yeah, you're like, you know I'm 6 steps ahead of you, right?
Man, but when I told you that Daffy Duck, he's not an asshole anymore. He's wacky. He's wacky ducky now, but I tell you who picked up the mantle. Sylvester, man.
Sylvester's my favorite.
Yeah, it works when...
I love Sylvester.
Like it really does work when these characters, because from that period, they were assholes to each other. And Sylvester picked up the mantle, man. He's just an asshole for no reason.
Oh, good.
They had an episode where he went to the zoo, and he was just with these animals for no reason.
Really?
It's almost like, man, something's about to happen. Whatever does happen, you got it coming.
Get a load of these uncivilized beats. Hey, ugly, fat, factory pole.
Man, I laughed so hard at that. And I said, I can't wait for that gorilla to beat your ass.
You know what's funny is that this really is that throwback to the 40s characters.
Yeah.
That's how Sylvester was in the 40s. But I always liked the Sylvester that came later in the 50s because it would be other people with him. He was just trying to, a lot of times, just trying to mind his own business or just eat a bird because he's hungry.
Man, I gotta watch this again.
Wow.
He's just a bitch. He's just a bitch, man.
Wow.
I laugh, man. That's why I say some of these work. I laughed so hard at that today. With these animals, man. That sloth was doing nothing.
Wake up.
And laughing about it. You.
Hey, ugly, fat.
He didn't have to do that.
Factory pole.
Wow. Just slapped him and just looking away. Like, whatever, man.
Can't even give him the dignity looking at his eyes, man.
You mean nothing to me. I'm on to something else.
Man, I'm serious. My wife heard me. I was like, you bitch. I was laughing, man. I laughed. I'm not talking about nostalgic laugh.
Right.
I'm not talking about just laughing because it's a Looney Tunes. I laughed my ass off at that. I was like, why? That was unnecessary. That was just childish.
It was.
And I said, maybe get this clip for Marcus. I said, he gonna laugh at this shit. I said, look, you gonna try to say this ain't for you? Or this is like, I don't know about this, but that one clip, I knew that would get you.
You totally won me back over. I got to see how the rest of this plays out.
Oh man, it with him so hard, the whole zoo, because he's going through there just messing with everybody. The whole zoo came down on him, man. He got what was coming to him. I'll just say that.
Look at his feeling.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you. What you gonna do about it? Oh, here's the clip, man. I swear to God, man, they were trying to get as close to saying as they can.
Okay.
Cases on YouTube and it's censored. They tried to say the F word, and if they weren't just trying, and even where they weren't just trying to say the F word, it was very sexually suggestive.
Really?
This is one of those moments where it's just kind of like, I know y'all trying to appeal to the adults, but goddamn, you don't have to go that far.
You'll have to suck out the poison. The poison's rushing to my head. Fuck! Put your back into.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
So I'm not crazy. You heard that, right?
Yeah,
Fuck! And then he told him, put your back into it.
Yeah, somebody's saying suck, but with an extreme lisp.
With extreme.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, okay, I know you're trying to appeal to adults, but that ain't even clever.
Wow. I mean, yeah, it is sexually suggestive. It's almost like, the poison's traveling up. Keep sucking. Go lower.
Yeah. Chat, did y'all? I'll play it. Chat, did y'all hear that? Christian, did you hear that? Chat, listen one more time. I'm not crazy, am I?
Poison's
Keep
in my dick.
fucking. Fuck! Put your back into it!
Okay.
Put your back into it.
Wow.
I'm coming.
All right, Russell Simmons, goddamn.
He got to the point where he's sexually assaulting Porky Pig now.
Yeah.
Look at that, sucking hard too. His skin's about to pull off his skull.
Jeez.
Chat, y'all.
I am really. You're right. I'm surprised censors didn't come in and go, guys, come on. What are we
Look at the chat talking about. Oh my God! Somebody said, "Lord have mercy." It was a fun episode. I really like the money shot with Daffy Duck just exploded in Porky Pig's face. No, that was a fun episode, man. I think some the thing with this is that some episodes are better animated than others. I don't know. Sometimes, again, it looks like that Nickelodeon Cartoon Network style animation,
right.
And then some of them are like look like they're fully animated, man. One of they bring back a lot of the characters, man, from back in the day. Some of my favorite episodes are that Sylvester episode is my favorite one, man. That gave me the biggest laugh so far, man. But there's some others, man. They had one with Gossamer and the Mad Scientist.
Yeah,
that episode is so well animated, man.
Okay.
It's great, you know. But I think that overall, I really did enjoy this, man. I mean, you see, we getting some good laughs from it.
Sure.
And and I think the reason why this works, and I agree with Christian, man. This even from a nostalgic angle, this works because they could have done a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Because we've already been through periods. We already talked about it, man. You know, thank God that they went the route of trying to go back to vintage characters, man. Right from their designs to their personalities, because we've been through those periods where, you know, they pulled a Vanilla Ice, the Looney Tunes tried to be black.
Right.
You know, I really appreciate that they let the characters stand on their own. They didn't try to put in too many modern winks and nods and, you know, gadgetry and whatnot. You know, they do it a little bit, but not much. They caught a good balance, man.
Okay, all right.
And, you know, like I said, they let the characters stand on their own. They're not trying to bring in a bunch of cameos or somebody that they feel like kids are gonna like more, so they can bridge the gap between stuff, you know, like Kanye meets Bugs, you know, nothing like that, man. In other words, they didn't pull something like a Space Jam.
Pardon me, Mr. Jordan. Could I have your your John Hancock?
What's going on here?
Thank God they didn't do this.
What's going on here?
I like, y'all know I directed Space Jam. I apologize to Bugs Bunny every day, saying, you know what, I forgot. I'm so sorry I never let you stand on your own. I'm still gonna make Space Jam 2, but I already signed the contract. But yeah, man, you know, they didn't pull anything like that. These characters are left to like just stand on their own, do their own thing, and for the most part, man, it's fun. It's they're quick. You know, if you don't, man, look, there's 80 of these coming.
Yeah.
If you don't like one, there's gonna be another one that you're probably gonna get a good laugh at.
Okay.
So yeah, and they're quick, man. You know, 5 minutes. You don't have to watch all of these.
I hope they do some Pepe Le Pew cartoons.
That ain't happening. That is not happening. It'll be the one episode where he goes to jail. I gotta tell you, it'll be that one episode where he's got a walker like Harvey Weinstein. We got Pepe finally.
Hashtag me Pew.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Hashtag me Pew.
You show the couch.
Oh, sorry. Hashtag me Pew, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
I think the thing about the Looney Tunes is like, I mean, maybe I don't have the same love for them that I have for the Muppets, but I do realize that they are like an institution, and that any time that they're around in a relevant way, it's always better to have them around than to be irrelevant, you know? Yeah. So I think I liked what I saw, man. And maybe I'm not as big a purist as Martin is, but I think there's a lot to like, man. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised.
No, you guys got me wanting to go home and watch some. Right now.
I like that. Hashtag me Pew. Somebody said Roman Pulansky.
That one's better. That's
no, they're both good. They're both great. That Sylvester scene is gonna have me laughing for a week. I got a genuine hard ass laugh from that. I'm gonna look at that shit again.
Come on, man.
Ha! Look at this knuckle dragger. Hey, ugly! Fat!
Do that shit hard. I mean, he pulled back on that. He wanted that to hurt.
Your pole.
Ooh. Ooh, somebody else. They say Sylvester cancel. Animal abuse.